This is a sick review.
With Little Gatorade.
Yo, it's your boy Little Gatorade here. I will be showing you the rig I use for my band Avery Jade. We'll start off with the first tuning we use, which is drop D. This is my Ernie Ball Music Man Axis Super Sport. So it's got like the vintage trim, but it's a maple top, basswood body, bird's eye maple neck. See if I can get it good on the screen. Yeah. You gotta check out this pretty sick top on this guy. It's got these custom DiMarzio pickups. I deleted the volume and moved it to where the tone pot is. 5-way switch. Just the Ernie Ball locking tuners on it. This guitar is great. It is tuned in drop D. Yeah, I love this guy. It is barely have to tune it. Don't ever worry about it. Sounds great always. Stays in tune. The trem's really good. It goes back to the 0 point. I also use these thicker DiMarzio clip locks because I'm get shoulder problems. I have too many heavy guitars. But yeah, this is guitar number 1, the Ernie Ball Music Man Axis Super Sport. All right, guitar number 2. This 2016 Fender American Standard Stratocaster. I've done a decent amount of mods on it. It had a white pickguard, now it's black. Moved the volume to that final tone spot. Got 5-way switch like normal. There's a DiMarzio Pro Track in here. Such a good pickup. And then these are the Fender Custom Shop Fat 50s, which are also amazing pickups. This whole thing sounds so good together. So I put in this hip shot contour bridge. It's really good. The main reason why the Fender one isn't on here anymore is because I actually broke the trem arm in the guitar. And instead of trying to figure that all out, I just said, screw it. Let's slap this in there. And I love hip shot stuff. Speaking of hip shot stuff, I got these hip shot open. No, these aren't the open gear. But yeah, these are the hip shot locking tuners. Yeah, it's maple neck, alder body, like any Fender American Standard Strat. But yeah, no, I love this guitar. This is tuned in our weird open tuning that I use. D-A-D-D-D, or sorry, D-A-D-A-A-D. I call it our dad tuning. This also has the DiMarzio clip locks, and yeah, another ripper. Let's move on to guitar number 3. All right, we are coming back with the final guitar we'll be talking about, which is my PRS SE Baritone. This is a 27.7-inch scale length, I believe. It's tuned to our drop G sharp tuning. Yeah, it's a killer guitar. It's another one I really don't ever have to worry about. It's got just the standard bridge. I hated the pickups in it, so I switched them out for some Zach Wild EMG, so 8185. These are awesome. These are older. These are like 10 years old. I'm not sure if anything's changed with the Zach Wild pickup since then, so I just wanted to let that be known. Moved the toggle switch there. Single volume. This is a kill switch, but it's not wired up yet. I want to try and get it wired up. But it's mahogany body with a maple top. So it's got a maple top and then a flame maple veneer for the aesthetics. Rosewood fretboard, maple neck. Got the standard PRS tuners. Not that big a fan of them. I'm going to switch them out when I can. But honestly, this is the best PRS guitar I played, and I've played like super high end ones. I played other SEs. I don't know what it is about this one. This one just rips. I love it. I got a really good deal on it. Same thing still with the DiMarzio clip locks. Um, but yeah, no, this one is super sick. I love it. And yeah, let's move on to the pedal board. All right, so we are back with the good old pedal board. I use the Pod Go with this Harley Benton 100-watt power amp. Then I also have this TC Electronics tuner on it. And then, so yeah, this feeds to my orange cab. I use just a standard orange 212, nothing special there. And then we got, I took the main balance left and rights, and I got one of these like cable, TSR to microphone, and I zip tied it to the side using these zip ties and like little mounts. Gross. um, yeah, this thing has been awesome so far. I haven't had any issues with it really. Um, you know, there's some quirks and annoyances with the Pod Go, but overall, sounds great. It has the HX effects and amps in it. Um, but I'll do a more dedicated video on this and also the guitars. But yeah, what I like and don't like about this, I ripped off the foot pedal, and that's why there's this little sticker here to cover up the hole. Um, it's pretty crazy underneath, a lot of wiring. This power supply, or not power supply, the power amp is actually like UK voltage, so I had to get a converter, which is right here. It's been like velcroed and um, zip tied. This is a little power strip just to keep everything together, and then this is just a bunch of mess of cable that I used to hide this big old cabley mess. But yeah, this is the um, you know the board I use. I don't use a real amp on stage. I just use this guy with the power amp. We'll switch over now to a little bit more inside the Pod Go, so like what amp I'm using in the Pod Go, pedals, things like that. But yeah, let's go there now. All right, we are back here inside the Pod Go. We have, I'll be showing you, I use like 4 main presets with the drop D tunings, and then a different 4 patches for the baritone. We'll start off with the D, like the drop D passage presets. So at the top, the main rhythm sound I have, it's the input gate right here, the one built into the amp. We bypass these two, volume and wah. We go straight into the pillars distortion. It's Earthquaker Devices. It's simulating that overdrive. It sounds really good. I think it might be my favorite overdrive in the Pod Go. I mean, I love the one like the Horizon Devices and the Klon and the Ibanez Tube Screamer. I love those two, and the Boss Super Overdrive, that one. But I don't know. This one just sounds good. It sounds super tight, and it gets me exactly where I want it to be. Um, and pretty much all of my amps that I'm using in the Pod Go are either the lead or the clean of the PRS Archon 50. Um, but yeah, this amp is, I think, the best amp in the Pod Go. It sounds the most clearest and the most lively. Um, Very three-dimensional feeling and sounding. Um, but yeah, after we go into that, we go into another noise gate just to get any of the like hiss and things like that. I like to have everything pretty quiet when it's down. I don't want to hear like zzz and buzzes and whatnot. So that's what that's doing. We have this delay. This is kind of like I'm using it to kind of like double my guitar sound to make it sound thicker and make it sound like there's two guitar players playing at the same time. So that's why I have like the time so low, is because I just want like instead of it being like this, it's just a little bit off. Makes it sound like two guitar players playing instead of one. Um, this graphic EQ, so mostly what it's doing, I'm boosting some 8K, and I'm dropping some 2K. I found the 2K kind of be, I don't know, it's just a little bit too much. Kind of makes it sound a little bit more clear and a little bit more punchy. Same with pushing the 8K. It really feel like it makes me cut through the mix. But yeah, I don't want any 16K. I don't want anything super high pitched, because once it's amplified, it like, I've been to shows where like there's so much top and my brain is like rattling in my head. So I don't want to do that. And then I dip anything below 50K, just because that's build up a lot of bass sounds, and like I don't want to be cutting into the bass player. So then we go into this reverb right here. Right now it's off, but if I do up on like the little foot part, uh, it will go to scene 2 and it'll turn on the reverb. This is so if I need like a quick lead, if I'm flowing right into a lead, I don't want to switch presets, because there'll be a little bit of like a volume change, or like it'll like kind of go like da 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 da. That makes sense. There's like a little like millisecond mute switching from like preset. So that's why I have it in scene mode, is because you don't have to worry about that. I don't use the loop. And then I have this Bogren Digital transatlantic thickness. They had like a Bogren Digital. They had like if you signed up for their like email list daily sending thing, um, you would get like 4 free IRs from like their best packs, and that's why I have this. It sounds really good, really 3-dimensional, and cuts through the mix really nicely. And then with this, I have everything. I have a high cut. Everything past 10K is, uh, getting lopped off, because, yeah, again, I don't want to deal with all that like super loud pain in the ass um, top end. And then, yeah, it just center, nothing crazy. Uh, Everything on this is kind of built the same noise gate. We actually have the super OD on this one. This reverb patch I use a lot for like choruses, solos, things that, or like just to thicken something up, I'll go to this patch. I have, yeah, the super overdrive here. I have a chorus just to give it a little bit more feel, a little bit more movement. Um, Again, the archetype lead. Uh, and yeah, we go from the archetype lead to the echo. Again, doing the doubling effect there, doing the graphic EQ, and then we have this plate reverb right here. I turned up the pre-delay, but it's a little bit down from the last time. But yeah, and then we have transatlantic thickness again on the IR. Let's see, so this is my crunch tone. My crunch tone, it's just super overdrive into the archetype clean, just to push the front end to get that like crunch tone. Same thing with the delay. Same thing with on this one we're using the horizon gate. Pretty much the same. I add a little bit of top end back, but I'm still cutting it. Same thing with the glitz. So when I do up on the button, it goes into preset 2, and this is my clean tone. This is what I use for my clean tone. It turns off the overdrive and it turns on this delay right, or not delay, this reverb right here, and it also turns off the gate. And then last but not least, on the drop D side of things is the HM2 sound. I use the HM2 sound for any breakdown pretty much because it just sounds awesome. Same thing, input gate, Swedish chainsaw with everything maxed out. A gate on that because it is noisy as hell when you have it maxed out like that. I have it going into a British 2204, so it's like a plexi, or an 800. No, it's an 800. Sorry. Another gate because again, that. And then we have the doubling effect, and then we have the cuts, and then we have it going into a different. It's the Whitney coffee box. It's still the Bogren digital, but it's the Whitney or the Whitey coffee box. Excuse me. Still doing the same cutting. And now let's move on into the baritone realm. Very similar. Input gate, pillars, archetype lead. So we rock him there. Noise gate, delay. So with this one, again, lopping off bottom end, lopping off top end. I'm actually, instead of dipping 4K, I'm dipping 2K. Helps get a little bit of that muddiness out of there, and then still bumping up that 8K. Same thing where I go to 2, turn on the reverb, get the IR response. So this is the ML Sound Labs Marshall cab. It's the Mix A. I love the ML Sound stuff. That was pretty much everything I was using before I got those Bogren ones. Both are amazing. I just kind of picked the one that sounded best to my ear. But all of the IRs I've gotten from ML Sound Lab and Bogren have been great. And then, yep, just stand it out. And then it's very much a copy of the verb, chorus, overdrive, the lead, 10-band EQ. I think I turned this off because it was just getting a little bit too out there. But let's fix that. We got 45. Turn that up. All right. And then the reverb. Got this plate reverb. I love plate reverbs. I love the glitz and I love the plate reverb. Those are my two favorite. We have the Marshall one, but it's the Mix C on this one. Crunch. I don't really use the crunch on the baritone so far. I might switch out this preset for something else. That'll probably be another video if I decide to do something else with this block here. But as of right now, I don't really use it for anything. Input gate, pillars. We got the clean. We're doing a similar thing where I'm pushing the front end to get that overdrive distortion. We got the gate, echo, this guy, and the reverb. Some of this stuff. Yeah. We have the Mix B. And then for the IR for the crunch channel for my baritone presets, gates on. We got the maxed out gate, amp. Do the gate right here. All right. Switch that up a little bit. So yeah, it'll be amp, gate, echo, 10-band, and then the impulse response. But yeah, that was Inside the Pod Go. I'm always kind of experimenting. That's kind of why some things were like moved around where I wouldn't normally have them. I'm always kind of experimenting and like messing with the Pod Go. It's a really great platform to just test and not feel like you have option paralysis, because it's just one line. You can't do double stuff or anything like that. So you have to be very selective on what you need. So that's the really nice thing about the Pod Go is it just like, it breaks it down to its core. It's like, what do you need? What do you need? We can do without all like the thrills and stuff. And it's, the input, everything like this is super easy to use. But I'll do a more in-depth video on my opinion on the Podgo. But yeah, as of right now, that is the Avery Jade presets that I use. If they start changing here in the next couple months to a year, I'll make another video. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yo, thank you for watching the video.
Yeah. Like, comment.
Can I say it?
Fine.
Smash that subscribe button.
Caress that sweet little bell notification.
Bye.